All right, boys, welcome back. I am the Turtle Man. I'm not the Turtle Man. I am a Turtle Man. I'm Turtle Man. Anyway, we got a few things to do, a couple things to talk about. So let's get right into it. Y'all, I usually don't complain about too much, or I try not to anyway. I really don't know what's going on with this country, and I'm not going to get political because I really don't give a shit. I should give a shit. I know what we got running the country is fucking garbage right now. I've been to 6 different stores and nobody has engine oil. Between 6 different stores, I got one, two, three. I got 4 different kinds of engine oil, and hopefully it's enough to service 2 of my trucks. I don't know what the deal is. I can't find a jug of Rotella to save my life. I can't find, what is it, the Cummins Premium Blue Oil. I got a 2.5 gallon jug of Dello. I got a gallon jug of synthetic blend Mobile Delvac. No, Dello. Got 2 jugs of Mobile Delvac. I'm hoping I can service 2 trucks, but let's see. 2 AutoZones, 2 O'Reillys, Tractor Supply. Even John Deere is out of engine oil. I don't know what's going on. I got that was the last jug of diesel engine oil that was at the Tractor Supply by me. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, that's just, yeah. Let's get back to work. But y'all, it's been a hot minute since I've been able to get anything filmed. It's been kind of hell around my place. My shop is a freaking mess. I got stuff everywhere, no place to work. The weather's ridiculous. Which reminds me, I got to put some diesel fuel in this thing because she's about empty. Yeah, she's about empty. But she does a pretty good job in here. Anyway, I had a bunch of stuff going on here. With the weather as crazy as it is, I'm at work a whole lot more than I ever really wanted to be. Of course, got to pay the bills, and um, it is what it is. Still hadn't got the transmission built for the old lady's car yet. That's coming up here shortly. With the way shipping stuff is, I've been waiting forever to get stuff. I did find some engine oil the other day at the store, which I was glad to get my hands on. I got some Valvoline 1540, the premium blue that I usually put in my truck or in my Dodge. And you'll have to give me a minute. I must have touched something on the screen, and there we go. Okay, it's off of there. I have been able to find some engine oil, and I got me a gallon, 2.5 gallons of John Deere High Guard. That's going to end up in something, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. It's been hell here recently. I finally got fuel filters for the Dodge, and that took me 4 days to get 2 fuel filters. Of course, they're not actually fuel filters. They're like a hydraulic filter, and these are the 2 numbers, the Wix number. It's an older fast system that's on my truck. So those are the 2 filter numbers that go on it, and I don't know why no one stocks that filter. Whatever. But I've got a few things coming for the Bobcat, and I actually ended up getting some stuff for the new Ranger. And it seems as though I accidentally stopped the video. I gotta work on this shit. Anyway, I got some stuff for the new Ranger, including a brand new set of tires for it. I don't need to divulge information, but I'm being asked to park in a different parking lot at work. And for those of you who know where I work, not only the company but the area, you will know that the parking lot I'm being asked to park in is not only ridden with theft and crime, but there has also been numerous shootings that never show up on the news. So I'm being asked to park in a parking lot where my shit's going to get broke into, my truck is going to get tore up, and there's a possibility of getting shot. and I can't tote a gun. So, I hate to say it, the new Ranger's the one that I give the least amount of shit about. So, I had to put some tires on it because I'm going to have to be driving it on a regular basis. And it's the only truck I have that not only has doors that lock, but has windows that roll up. So, whatever. I had to put a set of tires on the Ranger, and I'll show you them. I'll get a picture of them in the daylight. But I also got some new LED headlights for it. American made. They're not near as bright as what I'm used to, but these are technically legal, which I'm okay with. They're a hell of a lot better than the stock bulbs. I've been using a company for quite a few years now that I don't know if they went out of business or they had some kind of legal action. The headlights that are in my old school Ranger, I don't know if y'all can remember back. The truck's been in a few videos. The headlights are ridiculously bright, and that's why I loved them, because I could see. And it's my hunting truck, so usually where I am, there's no street lights or anything. So I went with these. They're a little cheaper. They're made in America, and they seem to work good. So the new Ranger got a new set of LED headlights, a brand new set of tires. I do have fuel filters for the Dodge that I'm fixing to put on there here in a minute. I finally found, this isn't the oil that I usually run in the old school Ranger, but it'll work. I usually run the Rotella T5, which, is a synthetic blend 1030. Well, this is what I could find. It's the Dello synthetic blend 1030. Always get me a bottle of the good old zinc. Can't forget that, and a filter. I've done some research here recently. So a lot of vehicles, and I'm gonna say standard shifts. There's not a lot of stick shifts out there anymore. People say that's the new millennial anti-theft device, and I agree, because I haven't met a millennial yet that knows how to drive a stick shift. So I like my stick shifts. But a lot of old school stick shifts run transmission fluid, as in automatic transmission fluid, in a manual gearbox. And I don't understand why, and I never have. Now, old school stuff, we're talking old, new process stuff. NP 435, SM 465s, old school stick shift, granny low 4-speeds ran gear oil. And gear oil is, of course, a gear oil. Well, I've done some research here recently, and I've talked to a few people, and one of them is well-knowledged in not only automatic transmissions, but manual gearboxes. And the chemical compound... What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying to talk. Don't you interrupt me. Anyway, the chemical compounds and the... oh, that's smoky. It smells good, too. The chemical compounds and fluid packages that certain companies have for things. So, let's get back to manual transmissions with automatic transmission oils in them. Automatic transmission oil is not a good lubricant. It is a friction modifying fluid, and it is used as essentially a hydraulic fluid, because that's what a automatic transmission is. It is a hydraulic pump and a set of valves, which is exactly what automatic transmission fluid needs to do. Now, when you have automatic transmissions and automatic transmission fluid, the fluid that is, well, your automatic transmission fluids do not have good lubricant packages. They are set up for certain types of friction materials, and they have to have it. It's kind of hard to explain. I understand it. I'm not a good person at explaining this stuff, but I'll try. Automatic transmission fluid is dry. It is not a very good lubricant. So when you tear into an automatic transmission that's been serviced correctly, they look pretty good, and the thrust washers in them usually have some scuff marks on them. But as a general rule, automatic transmission fluid is not a good lubricant. So a lot of this stemmed from, this is a spare transmission that I'm going to build for my wife's car. The differential is part of the transmission, but it is sealed off from the rest of it. But the differential still carries automatic transmission fluid. Now, from what I can tell, these are fairly good transmissions, other than the differential section fails. And I got to thinking, I wonder why. Well, because they hold 8 ounces of automatic transmission fluid. And in any gear type application, like I said, automatic transmission fluid is not a good lubricant, so it eats the differential out of them. So, I did some research, and I've done some test runs. One being on my dad's F-150. Y'all saw it on the channel a while back. It was an old standard shift, and it required a automatic transmission fluid. I swapped it with hydraulic oil. And I literally put John Deere High Guard in a manual gearbox. Now, if you think about that, Turtle Man, what you doing, man? You putting hydraulic oil in a gearbox? Well, doesn't John Deere? That fluid right there, not the Delo, the High Guard, not that, that right there, that right there. John Deere has been using hydraulic oil for all kind of purposes for all kind of years. And if you think about it, John Deere High Guard not only goes in manual gearboxes and final drives like on spray rigs, but it is also used as a hydraulic oil. So there is actually a setup you can do to automatic transmissions. You see this screen type filter? This is a modification you can do to run a hydraulic oil in an automatic transmission, because it has the same friction modifiers in it that are required by an automatic transmission, but it has a much better lubricant package in it than any automatic transmission fluid ever did. So I filled my dad's manual transmission with High Guard, and it shifts like butter. I also changed it in my new Ranger. It required ATF. I put High Guard in it, and she shifts like butter. So my old Ranger transmission and transfer case both require a automatic transmission fluid. So I'm going to swap it out to High Guard, because the transmission that's in my old Ranger is actually, I think, a Mazda. It's a Mazda unit. It's a Japanese-made transmission. And they were never made to handle much power or anything. And in a four-wheel drive application, there are quite a few clutch dumps involved sometimes. You know, the old rev and dump. And those transmissions don't like it. Well, it's not the best thing to do to a transmission, but it happens on more than one occasion after a few cold snacks and some, peer pressure. But the John Deere High Guard is going to help protect it because it has a much better lubrication package in the oil. Now, I'm not saying this oil goes in everything, because if you do your research, there are certain manual transmissions that you cannot put High Guard in, because the synchros in it are not made of a material that is compatible with the fluid package that High Guard incorporates. So, just for example, the NV4500 and the NV5600 that were in the Dodge Cummins, and they came in some other vehicles as well, require a certain fluid, because this type of fluid will actually eat the synchros. It will actually, they're a fibrous material, the synchronizers are, and this type of fluid will make them balloon up and come apart. So I'm not telling you to go put this in every manual gearbox. You got to do your research first. But John Deere High Guard is going to end up in the old school Ranger in the transmission and transfer case, and we're going to see how she does. So, enough talking on that crap. I got a surprise in that box that's going to come at a later date. Let's see. What all have I gone over? I'm going to have to start making a checklist of this crap so I can figure out what I'm doing. For anybody that needs one, I have a sub box out of a 99 and up extra cab Chevrolet. I'm assuming those are 210s for sale. If you want it, hit me up. I'll figure out how to get it to you. It come out of my wife's new truck, and I'm not putting subs back in her truck. So, box for sale. I'll clean it up for you. Shoot me a price or something. Let's see. I'm going to proceed to fill me up some jugs with diesel fuel and fuel this little thing. Because y'all know, well, if you don't know by now, you ain't been watching very long. I live in the South, and it don't get that cold down here, but when it does get cold, none of us have heat anywhere. So this is the heater for my shop. It used to be this thing, but it finally took a crap on me. And, of course, you can't find parts to fix this piece of junk. So I got to keep pouring diesel fuel in here. And I noticed, I was watching Vice Grip Garage earlier. He's working on that old Monte Carlo. And I believe he lives now north of Nashville somewhere. He's somewhere near Nashville. I know he's in Tennessee. He was complaining about how weird the weather down here is. And, well, welcome to the Mid-South, buddy. That's how it goes around here. It'll be 70 one day and 16 the next, and snowing one day and 60 the next, and you never know. So I usually set this thing up in the shop at about 55, 60 degrees, and she usually keeps it pretty good in here. It's 54 degrees in here, which ain't too terrible. That's a decent working temperature. So I'm going to fill me up some diesel jugs and fill this dude up, and then we're going to prime some fuel filters and hang them on the Dodge. And I've got some more stuff to work on, but it's starting getting late, and it's, I don't know what temp. I think it's 26 degrees outside, and I can't remember what tonight is supposed to end up, but it's supposed to be cold. And I know during the day today, it only got above freezing for about an hour. So on a fat guy that's from the South, this cold is kind of hard on you. So, anyway, I'm going to fill me up some jugs of diesel fuel and get this old girl rolling again. Keep my fat ass warm, and we'll be right back. There we go. Need us some diesel fuel, boys. Got my little pump running. She's leaking all over me. But oh, it feels so good. I've always been fond of cherry Kool-Aid. Or the jungle juice, if you know what I'm talking about. Man, I'm not used to this cold. It's cold as a witch's tit out here. Starting to shake. I'll put some clothes on. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. We'll just leave that laying right there. I love that little pump. That's the best thing I've done in a long time. During the winter time, it supplies diesel fuel for the heater. All right, did I say summer or winter? Anyway, during the summer, it fills the tractor and the bobcat. So I'll give you a little glimpse of the truck my old lady got. This is it right here. Got it from a buddy of mine at work. He said he didn't drive it much anymore. It is a 99 3/4 ton. It's got a 6-liter 4L80. It is not a HD, so it's not a full float rear end. It's got some miles on it, but she's tight. Old body of the truck's pretty damn clean. It's got a set of 35s on it. Got some exhaust. Windows tinted, but they got to be redone. It's leather, heated seats. I've been trying to get a little work done to it. You know, a couple little issues here and there. It's got a little cold air intake on it that I ain't real fond of. But fairly clean truck. The starter took a crap on me. This cold snap we had kind of killed the battery, so I've had it on charge most of the day. Just, you know, little things here and there. One of the headlights quit on me, and I noticed it was a LED. No, excuse me, an HID, which I'm not that fond of HIDs. I've run them quite a few times and never really been that fond of them, but whatever. Pretty tight old truck, to be honest with you. We're going to be doing a few things to it here and there. Not trying to get too crazy. I started looking up camshafts for it the other day, and I was like, God, the last thing I need is my wife to have a truck with 400 horsepower. She don't need that. So, let me get this old fuel in the shop, and we'll keep going with it. Even though she drinks 4 gallons at a time, she's still a cheaper date than I've had in a long time. And that's no reflection on my wife. She goes a couple days on 4 gallons. The heater, not my wife. I don't know how far my wife can go on 4 gallons. I've never tested her. Alright, real quick before this thing turns back on, you can't hear what I'm saying. I did get a chance to change the oil in my Cummins the other day. And I've been running K&N filters on it, before the engine quit on me. And the engine quit not because it was an oil problem, but because it was stupidity on my part. Hey! God, this thing's worse than my coon dogs. Except I can't put a shock collar on that. Anyway, beyond whatever, back to the filters. I got to change the oil in the Cummins the other day and wanted to cut the filter apart. See, not only what kind of filter we're working with, it being K&N, because I've done my research on it, and it's one of the better filters on the market, believe it or not. Now, I've never run an AMSOIL filter. I do know that these are much better than the Fleetguard Stratapor filters, the Mopar filter. I have not cut open my Purolator Boss filter. I used to run those, and now I can't find them nowhere. But here's what the K&N looks like inside. Pretty nice filter. But you remember the other day when I cut this John Deere filter open, and of course you can't get a John Deere filter to fit a Cummins, but I wanted to show you the difference in filter quality between quality filters and unquality filters. And I've got 2 of the nicer quality filters on the market. So here's the John Deere. See, very nice construction. It is a paper element, but if you look close, see the wire mesh? I mean, this is a pretty damn good filter. That is impressive. Now, that's a genuine John Deere hydraulic filter. And here's a K&N filter. Now, they're both paper mesh. That one's definitely tighter. Excuse me. This one has some wide open spots. It doesn't have the mesh weaving on it like the John Deere, but still a pretty quality filter. Now, it's been a while since I've cut open a crap filter. Let's say a STP or a Fram or something like that, but I know they sure as hell don't look like this or like that inside. So I just wanted to show y'all the inside of what I consider one of the better quality filters on the market. That shit dripping in my boots. Are you done? Okay. Filters are primed, y'all. All right, boys, fuel filters installed. Now let's go wait for the bastard little heater to turn on and warm our fingers. Hey, when your skin turns red, isn't that a sign of frostbite or something like that? Look how pink my hands are. They're red just from doing fuel filters. That wasn't very long out there. That shit hurts. Alright, we're warm again, thanks to our little friend here that likes to interrupt every time I like to talk. Luckily, it just shut off, so I just picked the camera up right quick. Anyway, I've got this little gap under my door here, and there seems to be a lot of cold air coming out from under it. And I mean, it's a pretty big gap, and it's pretty cold down here. And I've been trying to figure out what to put down there. I've got a good inner tube, but I hate to cut up a good inner tube when they're getting hard to find. But I did have these Chevrolet racing floor mats that, what the hell am I going to do with that? So, we cut them in strips and we install them on the bottom of the door. She's going to have to wear in a little bit, but finally a Chinese product that works. Hell yeah. Alright, this thing done annoyed me for the last time tonight, so I'm going to head in the house. My toes have checked out for the evening. I think I'm walking on nubs in these here boots. Not sure there's much left of that foot or that foot. It's 19 degrees outside. We're still kicking warm in here in the shop at 55 degrees. So, just a couple little quick things. I want y'all to understand, any product that I talk about, I am not sponsored by. I push things that I believe in. I do my research on things, and I try and buy quality stuff to keep my stuff going, because I don't have the nicest or newest of stuff, but I try and put good parts on it to keep them going. So I want y'all to know I ain't sponsored by nobody. Nobody's giving me stuff. Nobody's cutting me deals on stuff. I'm paying full price for this stuff right out my pocket. So anything that I push, I believe in. I ain't going to push it because somebody's paying me. I'm pushing because I believe in the products. Not necessarily Dello. I'm transitioning. But I tell you what, that zinc is good stuff. K&N's good stuff. John Deere's done their homework on High Guard, and they've been using it for years, and it does damn good. So anyway, that's it for the evening, boys. Got a couple things done. I got my tarp back up because it's cold as crap outside. And that's going to do it for the evening. I'm going to get inside and try and warm up a little bit. I got a few things to do tomorrow, then I got to get my ass back to work. These days are getting shorter and shorter between times I got to be at work, and it sucks. So anyway, we appreciate y'all watching. Hit that button and do that thing and all that other stuff. And y'all come back now, you hear?